the popcorn ready. Alex got the notes in hand. Tim's got puns that fly like confetti. They're your go-to movie band. Video game movie club. Laugh until the credits roll. Joey, Alex, Tim will dub. Scenes that make you lose control.
Hello, welcome back to CutScenes. I'm Tim, @WhenBembo and everything, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely co-host, starting off with my brother, Joey Fitz.
Oi, oi.
Oi, oi, and of course, the lovely resident shrimp, Alex. We're back on CutScenes talking
I think
about...
Alex fell down a well.
we're back on CutScenes talking about the absolute trite that is Borderlands the movie. Borderlands the movie, for those who are blessed enough to not be aware of it, was a film that came out in, I think it was August of 2024, if I remember rightly. Yep, August 8th, 2024. And it was made by, if I get this here, Lionsgate, Arad Productions, Picture Start, and funded by Gearbox Studios, who are the game company behind the Borderlands franchise, along with 2K, who own Gearbox, and also the Hercules Film Fund. It is a film, and I'm using film in big air quotes, starring Cate Blanchett, Kevin Hart, Edgar Ramirez, Jamie Lee Curtis, Jack Black, Oliver Richards, Ryan Redmond, Bobby Lee is in there for a little bit. It's got a pretty good cast, and there's clearly budget behind it. But I want to know everyone's initial thoughts on the movie before we get into synopsis, and I'm going to start off with Alex.
This was a movie.
Was it?
If you say so.
In the loosest sense of the term. I know that this is going to be a sin to say in front of Tim. I didn't mind the Borderland games for what they were. They were dumb fun, turn your brain off, shooty looty, go boom.
So we should provide a little bit of context here. Borderlands as a game, I actually don't mind. It's Gearbox Software as a company that I have a problem with, particularly their CEO, Randy Pitchford, to the point that I boycott their games.
Yes. The whole Borderlands series is very slapstick comedy, very sort of, it doesn't take itself seriously, and it's got quite a colourful cast of characters. It's good fun. I don't understand how this movie missed the mark as hard as it did, and I don't know if it's something to do with the director primarily being a horror film director from the looks of it. So it was Eli Roth, who did Cabin Fever and Hostel, Grindhouse,
Green Inferno,
Knock Knock, Death Wish. So he's got a history of doing horror films, and I don't watch horror films, so I don't know if they're good horror films or bad horror films. I don't understand how it missed the mark as hard as this did. I think if they'd gotten a comedy director in, it might have been better. I also don't understand why the average age of the cast, if you take out the actress who played Tiny Tina, the average age of the cast has got to be about 60. It didn't make sense to me. But
just to go back to Eli Roth, he was also behind Inglourious Bastards, the remake. So he's not one to shy away from an against the odds gang, almost heist-esque movie. So
he starred in Inglourious Bastards.
Oh, did he star in it? I thought he
Inglourious
directed.
Bastards was not directed by Tarantino.
Yes, you're right. Sorry, my bad. I'm gonna make sure that's all removed because I'll look like an oaf.
Don't do it. Keep it in.
But yeah, I mean, I'll go into my thoughts afterwards. Joey, your thoughts?
I think this was, and I'm really trying to think here because we have watched some shite.
I think I know what you're going to say. This is probably the worst thing we've watched.
No, this isn't the worst thing we've watched. This isn't probably the worst thing we've watched. This is the worst thing we've watched. It was terrible from start to finish. Nothing about it was fun, which it should have been. Nothing about it screamed Borderlands apart from the one guy's mask and the stupid robot, which I have my own thoughts on, which I'll get to in a minute. The cast was so miscast. They're big names, but they're not good for the roles. Kate Blanchett as Lilith, as the main character of this, what the fuck were they thinking? She was bad. And then it got halfway through and Jamie Lee Curtis come on, and I had to pause the movie and go, Jamie Lee Curtis, come on, we're better than this. We've been in good things.
What dirt do they have on you for you to be in this?
Why are you here? So I think the iconic things that you need to hit on Borderlands are art style, miss. Psychos, probably got. Interesting weapons, nope. Interesting environments, nope. Fun, good humour, nope. And then they seem to have missed all of that and gone, if we put the word piss in every single sentence, it'll be really funny and people think it's part of the franchise. It wasn't. It was bad. So we got the robot, right? Now the robot is...
Claptrap.
It's Claptrap, but I'm trying to think of what it actually is to this story. Because in the game, it's a tutorial.
It's an exposition machine.
In this, it was a I'm going to fuck up everything you're doing machine. And then on top of being incredibly annoying with its voice, with its dialogue, it was voiced by Jack Black. And there was a moment in it where it said, I'm programmed for comedy. And I thought, when is that going to start? And everything they did in this movie feels like they did it wrong. There was a sequence where they were trying to get through this sewer that was all like toxic lava under the psycho camp. And I thought, oh, they're standing on these grates, and the grates are not, they've been in this toxic sewer for so long that they are degrading. And some of them, when they get past them, they're falling. This could be tense. And then the second I thought this could be tense, I was like, oh, no, we're all fine. And then they went on and they found loads of psychos and they were like, oh, well, the psychos are going to want to kill us. And Jamie Lee Curtis's character goes, hold on, this is going to take me a while. And then they go, okay. And he shoots one thing and it explodes. And she goes, right, I'm done. That's it. And I just feel like everything they build up to be a video game section in this movie, hold off the horde, get through the platforming section. They went, well, it's not a video game, it's just a movie, so we'll just move on from it. I hated this movie from start to finish. The only redeeming factor I can think of was the casting of, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head, the person who played Tina, who you've already said the name of.
Ariana Greenblatt.
I thought Ariana Greenblatt was good. That's it. I have a game for you after this to do with the Borderlands movie, by the way. So before we get into synopsis, can we play the game?
Yes.
But I want to hear your thoughts first, Tim.
Yeah. This film, to me, had to have been made in some sort of lab because there is no way that filmmakers, without the assistance of scientists, could have made the characters in Borderlands even more annoying than they already are. And lo and behold, they've done it. I need everyone in this fucking movie to shut up for 5 seconds. There is constant talking the whole time. And there is, like, yeah, they'll have a little moment where they'll look at a sunset or a building, but that lasts for about 2 seconds, and then we get more hilarious quips from Jack Black as Claptrap, or from Tiny Tina, who I guarantee you, if you had someone try and describe her personality, it would be, she's so quirky. That would be the entire character arc for her. But
I think, I think Tina is a good fleshed out character in the game. Am I right, Alex?
I wouldn't know.
I think in a sea of shit, she floats to the top.
Oh, okay. Well, I take it back then.
She's not
lovely and flattering metaphor.
she's not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but I do wonder, Joey, if your high praise of her in this is due to the fact that it's such a low bar to clear.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
I hated every single character in this. And you're right, a lot of this is probably just due to being miscast, because what the heck, like, Kate Blanchett as, like, she's a very talented actress. what the hell is she doing as Lilith? She looks like she's in cosplay the whole time.
Yeah.
Then Kevin Hart, who kind of fit the Roland character, I guess, but he's just doing Kevin Hart jokes that don't really appeal to me.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Tim. Again, to interject, these are people who have good movies.
Yeah.
These are people who are really good in. So the one I would point to is Kevin Hart. Now, Kevin Hart was a really big part of the marketing of this. Look, we got Kevin Hart to be in the Borderlands movie. Have either of you seen the Jumanji reboots?
No.
They're really fun, and Kevin Hart's character is really fun in them. And I just don't get how you can get something as fun as that and shit on it quite as bad as they did with this.
But the other thing I really don't understand, Joey said they did everything wrong. To me, it doesn't feel like the plot did anything. Like the blueprint for the Borderlands movie was there with the first Borderlands game, yes, but they didn't really touch on any of the points. Atlas, who, spoilers for the Borderlands movie if you particularly give a shit about it, is played by Edgar Ramirez, and who's a pretty talented actor, but he's in it for like 5 seconds, and we don't get the big bad reveal from even him directly. It's from Tiny Tina going, "My dad created me in a lab to be annoying and also inherit some sort of genealogy from the planet," and then that was it. That's the big bad reveal. Whereas they've got this whole, and yes, I'm gonna massively condense this into Lilith going from she doesn't want to be a vault hunter. She's there as a bounty hunter, but she ends up being like the daughter of this planet, which adds this whole vault access thing, and she ends up getting like godlike powers. It's an interesting story in and of itself. Joey, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I'm trying to be polite instead of interrupting, but this movie has incensed me. Edgar Ramirez, you said, is a pretty talented actor.
Yeah.
I would put his performance in this movie on par with The Room.
Yeah.
It was one of the worst fucking performances I've ever seen. And I don't know if they only had a day with Edgar Ramirez. I don't actually know anything else he's been in.
He was in Wrath of the Titans. He was in The Bourne Ultimatum. Zero Dark 30 he was in. He was in Point Break, the remake. He was... What else? Deliver Us from the Devil. Also, Deliver Us from the Devil. Deliver Us from Evil. Sorry, I've got the poster up in here.
I don't think I've seen anything else he's ever been in. But my opinion of him from this movie was he is stealing a living in Hollywood.
Yeah, he was not good in this movie at all.
But no one was, but I think he was the worst.
But the other thing as well, like, you mentioned, Joey, that Borderlands has got like a bunch of interesting environments across the planet of Pandora, which it does in the game. It's got some really unique settings. In this, we get a desert and a city and a sewer, and yet all of it feels so fake. Everything, just every single prop and vehicle and setting and environment and effect, it just felt so artificial in this movie. It was just screamed, all of this is done on a green screen.
One of the things that really annoyed me with it as well is one of the big things in the Borderlands series is you've got all these different corporations who offer different type of weapons. So Atlas, I think, are like the really high-tech weapons. You've got another company who primarily do explosive weapons, things like that. You've got these big corporations, and the movie makes a big point of that at the start, saying like, here's the world map and here's all these companies that do all this shit, and then we don't see or hear anything else about it. We hear a little bit about Atlas Corp making children out of magic or whatever it is, and that's it. There's nothing about any of the other you see Dahl at one point on a poster, and that is about it. And it seems like such a missed opportunity. And I'm looking at the Wikipedia page, and I think I found the problem. The film was directed...
the word Borderlands?
Well, yeah. The film was directed by Eli Roth. The screenplay was by Eli Roth. And the story was by Eli Roth. There is no one from anything to do with Borderlands that has had a say on this film. It feels like Gearbox have just thrown money at a producer and gone, make us a Borderlands movie. And I guarantee that Eli Roth has never played Borderlands. All of the information he's got probably comes secondhand from his son or from Reddit or something.
Well, I know that, and this isn't going to be the Tim harps on Randy Pitchford for half an hour section, but I know he was pretty involved with being on set, especially for someone who's an executive producer who quite famously are just like, basically the money behind the project is the long and short of what an executive producer does. But Randy Pitchford was on set a lot during this production. Whether that's advising or what, I don't know. I personally get the feeling it's just so he can get a selfie with Kate Blanchett or whatever. There were people advising on this film. To what extent that advice... Yeah, to what extent that advice was taken on board, I do not know, and I do not think it was taken well. Yeah. Right. Joey, you had a game to play before we get into the synopsis. As you say, as you're eating a biscuit.
Yeah, I've got chocolate digestive.
Do you like a chocolate digestive?
Just to really British up the podcast.
Oh my God.
Hold on, let me have my brew.
Anyone drinking a tea? Alex, what's the oh my God?
I'm just looking at, because I was looking for any mention of Pitchford in the production side on the Wikipedia, and I've just read a paragraph that I just think sums up this film. Eli Roth stated that his French bulldog pooping gave him inspiration while pitching the film. I have to look away because she gets really shy, but one day I filmed her. She had that shy look on her face, and I was like, that's Claptrap. A scene of Claptrap pooping was included in the final film.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing, Eli Roth?
There you go.
Is he okay?
Guys, I have this wonderful idea, and I got it from watching my dog shit itself.
Right, so my game for you. I have a bunch of video game movies. I'm going to say which website this is based on, and you have to tell me whether they've scored better or worse than the Borderlands movie. Sound okay? You can work together on this. Okay, we'll start with 1994's Street Fighter.
It's gonna have been better.
Scored better. I should say on IMDb.
Yeah, scored better than Borderlands.
Gotta be better.
Okay, it scored worse than this on IMDb.
Did they have the TV off?
0.6 worse. Next up, we have 1995's... no, that's not right. 1997's Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Better.
Okay,
Better,
Alex? It scored a full 1.1 lower on IMDb. Next up...
Mortal Kombat did?
Yes. Next up, we have House of the Dead, 2003.
Lower.
Yeah. Alex?
I'm going to say Borderlands has scored higher, because that seems to be the way this game goes.
Borderlands is higher. That is the worst rated on IMDb. We're also going to have a look at Silent Hill Revelation, which we watched for the podcast on IMDb.
It's going to be low. It's going to be Silent Hill's lower than Borderlands again.
I think
Alex?
it is, yeah.
No, Silent Hill is scored better by 0.2 out of 10. Next up, we have Monster Hunter, IMDb again.
That's got to be higher.
It's got to be higher, yeah.
It is higher.
What I'm seeing here is there's a recency bias.
Well, hold your horses, Tim. Next, we're moving to Metacritic. Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Higher than Borderlands.
Higher than Borderlands, please.
Exactly the same as Borderlands.
This entire section is an argument for why you as an audience member listening need to form your own opinion on things.
I absolutely agree. And then we're just going to do a couple more. Warcraft. Remember this? This is on Metacritic. Okay, remember this is out of 100. Borderlands scored 6 lower. 6 out of 100 lower than Warcraft, which is bonkers. And then to cap it off, we have Five Nights at Freddy's, the first one.
That's
Lower.
got to be higher.
Alex is right, it is higher. Now, the real question I want you to answer, mainly for Tim, Warcraft or Five Nights at Freddy's 2023, so Five Nights at Freddy's 1, what scored higher?
I would hope Warcraft, but I know it's going to be Five Nights at Freddy's.
Alex?
I'd say what Tim said.
You're both right. Warcraft got a 32 out of 100, and Five Nights at Freddy's got a 33 out of 100.
Wow.
32 seems a bit low. I know
That
it
is
wasn't
very
the best
harsh.
film in the world, but it's better than this piece of tripe.
Well, this got 26 out of 100.
Well,
so,
and
there
it'll
you
be
go.
thankful for it.
All right, a brief synopsis of the Borderlands movie that I definitely haven't lifted from Google Gemini. The Borderlands movie centers on infamous outlaw Lilith, played by Cate Blanchett, returning to the chaotic planet of Pandora to find Atlas's missing daughter, Tiny Tina, played by Ariana Greenblatt. She forms an unlikely team with mercenary Roland, played by Kevin Hart, demolitionist Tiny Tina, and her protector Krieg, who is a psycho, played by Florian Muttenau. I'm definitely pronounced that name wrong. Scientist Tannis, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, and a wise-ass robot Claptrap, played by Jack Black. This mismanaged crew battles bandits and aliens, to find Tina, who holds the key to a powerful vault, ultimately fighting for each other as they uncover the Pandora's secrets. The vault being, like, essentially this massive source of energy that was there when the Big Bang happened. Alex, you have your hand up.
There was one alien they thought it was the Thresher that they drove a car through.
Does that count as an alien if it's on their
I'd
planet?
say so. It was like a 10,000 story tall sandworm. I'd say that counts as an alien.
Fine. They fight
Personally.
a alien. Yeah, so to go through
Don't worry,
in a bit more
Gemini, I
detail
got
of that. Let's go through in a bit more detail. Point one of the story, the Big Bang happens and Pandora is now a planet with a big energy in it. Cool. There is talk of the ancient race of people who I forget the name of on there on Pandora, and the daughter of these
So
people.
the Illydians or something like that?
That's right, the Illydians. So the daughter of the now extinct Illydian people will be able to open the vault and get access to this untold amount of power. We then see Cate Blanchett bringing in a bounty to a bar. Oh, no, sorry. I've skipped a scene. We see Kevin Hart boarding a large spaceship to go and extract Tiny Tina from her ship to go and bring it to Atlas or the Crimson Red Army. It's not really clear as to which at this point in the movie. During this breakout scene, a psycho called Krieg just busts through his glass containment wall, which is a horrible decision, and why he didn't do that before, I have no idea. Joey's just changed his update thing, saying even the synopsis is boring, so yeah. He and Kevin Hart and Tiny Tina escape to the planet by essentially crash landing a ship onto Pandora. We then cut to some time later where Lilith is bringing in a bounty to a bar, and Atlas approaches her and says, I want you to go and find my daughter. And then he gives her a lot of money to go and find the daughter.
And then he says, oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark. At the end, he says, what a story, Mark. Lilith goes back to Pandora, which it turns out that's where she's from, and she doesn't want to go back there because it's a shithole. And she tracks down Tina to essentially a big old scrapyard, and they have a fight where Tina is revealed to be very quirky and sarcastic and very funny.
She swears a lot.
And she says piss all the time. So after a big old fight scene, and a friendship formed at the point of Cate Blanchett pointing a gun at Tiny Tina, they are chased by the Crimson Army and have to hide away in a nearby city, and they go and hide at Mad Moxie's bar. And you might know Mad Moxie as the lady with big gazongos from the game if you've seen any of the marketing.
Two episodes tonight where you've used the word gazongas.
Big gazonkadonks. At this point, we meet Tannis, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, who says, I can get you the vault key. And then Tiny Tina and Lilith have a heart-to-heart, and Tiny Tina's like, hey, I'm a vault key, and I will be able to... No, I'm the daughter of the I've already forgotten the name of the fucking
It's
people.
the Iridian. I looked it up. It's the Iridians. So I told you wrong.
Because
Get
I'm the
Iridian.
daughter of the
Tim, I
Iridians.
can't believe you put in such a big spoiler halfway through by accident in your synopsis.
I don't think anyone who listens to this episode is going to give a shit, but if you need it now, spoilers for the Borderlands movie.
And after the spoiler. So
After the
please,
spoiler.
can I just say, there isn't many episodes I would do on this podcast where I say, please, I value your time more than you watching this movie. Don't do it.
There's they end up traveling to try and find the vault key, and it's in the sewer with the lava thing that Joey mentioned. They need a distraction to get past the psychos and get the vault key, because that's where the vault key currently is. And so Claptrap does a funny bit where he calls them punk ass bitches, because that's what Tiny Tina told him to do. They have a shootout with Claptrap, and I say a shootout, Claptrap just gets shot a bunch. Joey, you've raised your hand.
I can't remember. How long have people been looking for the vault at this point?
Like 1,000 years or something.
Why is it so easy for them to find all the keys?
Oh, I don't know. There was a book or something.
Because the reason is Lilith's mother was like a specialist in this Iridian bullshit, magic powers or whatever, and then it gets explained later on that the reason Lilith found the second key so easily, and this is a spoiler for what Tim's going to tell us in about 2 minutes, is that Lilith is actually the daughter of Iridia. And that's why she can fight. That's why she's got like magic Iridian sonar or something.
Yeah.
I think I got to the point in this movie where, you know, when you're just looking at something and your brain is like, no, I'm not going to.
It's not processing. Yeah.
I was like dead behind the eyes watching this film, and then when
Slack jaw drool coming out.
well, basically, and then eventually when the credits rolled, I snapped back into reality and went, oh, that was a thing. So sorry, Tim, please carry on.
After they get the vault key, they go back to they go to a cave, I think, or something. Oh no, they go back to the city, and because they're all having a good time.
Yeah, cave, I think.
It's
a cave or city.
One of them. And a guard sees Claptrap and goes, "Oh, that's the robot we're looking for." So there's a big old chase sequence that lasts about 30 seconds. They wind up in a cave, and Lilith breaks this beacon thing that she was given by Atlas, which she was supposed to activate as soon as she finds Tina. So Atlas can come along and, use her to open a vault. She breaks it, and then Atlas goes, "Ho, that was a tracking device the entire time, and now I'm gonna go over there and fuck you up," is the long and short of it. Tina sees this and thinks that Lilith is in cahoots with Atlas, so she throws a grenade at her. And Lilith wakes up and sees Claptrap dancing because Claptrap thought that Lilith was dead. And
that was
goes,
the bit that I laughed at hardest in the movie, because it was so. He's programmed for comedy.
He is programmed for
comedy. Just going to remind you, programmed for comedy was so funny.
That 5 minutes before was the Claptrap shitting bullets scene.
Yeah.
So he goes, "Oh, everyone else got on a truck and just bailed and left me and you." It's like, all right, cool. So Lilith goes out of the cave and she's like, "I know this place. I grew up here and just remembered it now." So she goes into her old caravan thing and sees a drawing that she did when she was about 8 of her with wings, and that gives her wings. So everyone else has gone to this ravine where they've worked out where the vault access is. They put the key down and the door to the vault appears, but it's not opening, despite Tiny Tina standing at the place where the chosen daughter of Shiba Inus or whatever it was, thank you, like wherever, she stands on the thing that's supposed to activate it and it doesn't activate. Atlas and the Crimson Guard come in and go, "Oh, we're going to open the vault door now." I don't know how they're planning on doing it. And then Lilith flies in with wings of fire and goes, "Well, I'm the daughter of the Emu clan." And there's a big old fight scene.
Sears.
She opens
She's
the
door.
door.
Of Sears.
She opens the door, and Atlas has got Tiny Tina hostage in the vault, and Lilith is there, and there's a bit of a scrap. And then Atlas dies somehow. I've stopped paying attention at
So,
this point.
so Atlas has a force field around him. So my brain apparently kept this knowledge. I don't know why. Atlas has a force field around him that's controlled by a small chip on his person, and Lilith can now teleport for some reason because fire wings do that to a person.
Yeah.
And she teleported behind him and whispered something sexy in his ear.
She
and
went,
then...
"Oh my wormo shinde."
That was what she said.
Nani.
And then when she said Nuni, she then I don't know, got the chip so that the force
She was
field
there
was
like,
gone.
haha, I've got your magic chip, and then shattered it. And then at this point, they're in the vault at this point, and some tentacle monster steals him.
Oh yeah.
But the whole point in Borderlands movie is that everyone's looking for this vault, and then when they get there, it's not full of riches. It's holding back a monster.
Yeah.
That's the whole point, the whole twist in Borderlands 1. And what they did in this was they went, go into the vault, and then they go into the vault and they go, well, actually, there is loads of riches here, but it's just with the tentacle monster.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
Yep. And then they go, leave the vault. They leave the canyon where the vault door is. They go back to the city and have a big parade and fireworks. And then Lilith flies off into the night sky and just seemingly explodes. And that's the end of the movie.
If she wasn't the only one that exploded, I would have enjoyed this movie more.
I would have really liked if she turned around and just crashed straight into the building, killing everyone inside.
Just
Yeah,
if
what's-
Pandora exploded.
Pandora's 9/11.
Yeah. The Pandora Express.
Yeah.
So, favourite scene. I know that's a real stretch for this, but what is your favourite scene? I'm just going to leave all this silence.
God.
I
think
think I will kick it off, and this isn't me looking to go, oh, look, I'm so witty and jaded and cynical. There is a point in this film, in the credits, where they are playing the Black Keys, Shine a Little Light, and I know that because it's one of my favourite Black Keys songs, but I guess they didn't get the license for the full track because they played the same 20 seconds on loop for the whole animated credits.
I watched the credits, and because I thought, well, no, I started to watch the credits, and I thought, what if there's a post-credit scene? And then I thought, why do I care? And I turned them off. So even if there
is a
was
post-credit scene.
I didn't see it because I turned it off.
It was Claptrap, and he says, "Oh yeah, watch me do a little dance," and then the rest of the credits come up, pushing him out of frame, and he goes, "No, this is my moment. Don't take this moment from me. I'm supposed to have the Easter egg." End of post-credit scene.
Just when you think you can't not like Jack Black more.
I'm so fucking sick of Jack Black.
I
But,
didn't
like-
even realise that it was Black Jack voice in Black Jack.
Black
Jack
Black.
Black.
Did someone say Belatra?
I didn't realise it was Jack Black voice in Claptrap because I'm sure they've post-processed his voice into the ground
Yeah.
But like,
to make
I
him sound like
remember when-
Claptrap. But at that point, just get the actor that did Claptrap.
Oh no,
I-
there's a whole history of that, and Randy
Oh.
Pitchford punching someone in the face for not wanting to reprise the role.
oh, cool.
Wow.
I remember when people used to really like Jack Black, and now I think he might be. Him and Will Ferrell are two of my least favourite actors. If I see either of them, or a controversial one, Nicolas Cage, on a cast list, I would generally not watch the film.
Sure. For me, I'm just sick of seeing him everywhere at the minute.
But sorry, you were asking about favourite scenes,
Yeah,
and then I
favourite
told
scene.
you about things I hate about the film. I thought it was really funny and well written, where they went through the piss fields, and then they opened a window, and everyone said, "Close the window," and then they got pissed on.
Yep.
That
And
made
then-
me fall on the floor laughing.
Tiny Tina said, "Ah, I'm covered in piss now," and Kevin Hart said, "There is piss in my car."
And then you heard Tiny Tina say, "Ooh, it's in my mouth." And
Yeah.
I thought I might as well crawl under a rock and die because I'll never experience peak comedy again.
There's nothing funnier than piss flying in a window.
Than
When you
piss.
drive past a sign that says "Warning, piss."
Tim, your explanation of it was funnier than the experience itself. So, I know it's a facetious thing to say. I know that it's a bit, but and we hate it when we do it. But there is genuinely not a favourite scene in this film.
No.
Genuinely,
It's a bad
it
movie
was a
from start to finish.
fucking awful film.
The fight scene against the blood hands or whatever they were called, the psycho gang in the dungeon,
in the
wasn't
sewers.
awful. And it's really bad that this fight scene in the middle of the movie that is, could have not been there, was better than the fight sequence at the end of the movie.
I didn't think it was good because all he did was they had a little fight and then Kevin Hart found a teddy that Tiny Tina had, and because it was Tiny Tina,
Oh no, I mean before that.
I don't even remember it. It's like erased from my brain.
It was in like the crate room. It was like immediately after
Yeah.
Claptrap got done shitting himself.
Oh, was that the one where the one hangs from the ceiling and you think he's going to strangle her and then she
No,
shoots
just
him in the
before
head?
that.
Yeah, don't remember it. Don't.
Yeah.
See, what I listed there was 2 bad sequences, and I can't remember the good. It's just like Alex not remembering the first person sequence in
In Doom.
Doom.
Well, no, because that scene is at least unique. The only thing that's unique about that particular fight scene that Alex is now referencing is the fact that Motorhead were the soundtrack. And
Was it
to this
20
film's-
seconds of Motorhead?
No, it was actually the full song of the Ace of Spades. But
Well,
the one thing and we will get back to favorite scenes. My favorite
Will
aspect
we?
of this movie was the soundtrack, but it's because they had zero creative input in the creation of it.
But again, the soundtrack felt so out of place. It was good songs, but it didn't feel like it didn't feel like a Borderlands soundtrack.
No, I mean, Shine a Little Light by the Black Keys kinda did.
Yes, we
Um,
get it. You want to sleep with the Black Keys.
Look, he's cool. What is the
and so hot.
yeah? Like Joey, when you think of Borderlands, what songs do you think of?
Cage the Elephant.
I think of the heavy Ain't No Place for a Hero. Do you remember
Don't
the
know.
trailer that had the train?
Nope.
Ah, well, that's what I think of. And it's like this alternative rock more than anything. Whereas this is more rooted in metal and blues. This soundtrack I found.
The Borderlands intro with Cage the Elephant. So Borderlands 1. Borderlands 1 is the only Borderlands I've played. We should say our experiences with the game. So mine, I've only played Borderlands 1 and a little bit of Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
I have played Borderlands 1 and then refused to play anything else. I say
I
a
think
little
I've-
bit. I completed Borderlands 1.
Yeah, me too.
I think I've played 1, 2, a bit of 3, and a bit of Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But alt rock. Yeah. It's
So,
not
favourite
not
scene,
this.
Joey? You said no.
I'm
Alex?
sorry, I genuinely cannot think of one.
No, there's no good scenes in my opinion either. But Alex, your favourite scene, if there is one?
It was, like I say, it was that fight scene against the psychos.
No, I've got one scene that I thought was okay,
What was it?
and it was ruined midway through by itself. So the scene, and I only remembered this because I've got the trailer for Borderlands 1. So the intro with Cage the Elephant for Borderlands 1. The bit where they have the bus driver and the bus driver from
yeah.
the original Borderlands. And I thought the bus driver was a highlight because he was very similar to the bus driver in the original Borderlands.
What was his name? Vask or something like that?
Bob the bus driver.
Bob the bus driver. Which,
And-
to be fair, they did do a good job casting him.
And he said, Vault Hunters, it's a day of opportunity, because his whole business is taking Vault Hunters about and like basically leading them to their death in exchange for a bus fare. And Kate Blanchett's character Lilith, ruined the whole thing by constantly going,
I'm not a Vault Hunter.
Not a Vault Hunter.
Not a Vault Hunter.
Not a Vault
Can you turn
Hunter.
off the video about the Vault Hunters? I'm not a Vault Hunter. I've got on a bus with Vault
Stop.
Hunter written on the side.
Stop expanding all this lore. Stop telling us about the game. Stop doing the enjoyable bit. I'm not a Vault Hunter. I'm here because of a hologram. A hologrammed face I'm here because of.
If she'd said it once,
None of this fun stuff.
If she'd said it once, it would have been fine. But it's like they just pasted in the scene 3 or 4 more times.
It feels like this script was written by AI.
What if we used every take?
Yeah. What's-
Yeah. Right, guys, how does it differ from the games?
The games are fun.
what I've played of the games are fun.
Yep.
They're enjoyable
There are
and want to go back to it.
There are story beats and
The casting
in the
makes
games.
sense.
The weapons are fun in the game.
I don't
There's
remember a
weapons?
piss field in the game.
There might be a piss field in the game. I don't know. I remember there being interesting vehicles, and in this we have a truck.
There's also to be fair, I quite like the buggy, but this is one of the moments where I was looking at the buggy, which is quite an iconic vehicle to the Borderlands series, and I was thinking that just looks really fake. Like, the first time we see it, where it's like from a distance and there's psychos on it and they're like getting prisoners onto the back of it, like, that looks reasonable. But then we see a close-up of Kate Blanchett driving it, and she's just clearly sat in a green screen box, like, while the camera sweeps around her.
Don't know what you mean.
Yeah. Is it a good movie adaptation? Yay,
No.
nay? No. All right.
I mean,
moving
you
quicker.
could stop there. Is it a good movie? No.
No. I did look up, by the way, the budget and the revenue for this game. If I said that this film had a budget of 155 million plus an extra 30 million for marketing, how much do we think it made at box office?
100.
100 mil.
I think
I
it might
think-
have made profit because people said how flipping terrible it was. It was marketed as a summer fun movie for the kids, which
Despite
With
tends
the
to
the
be
word
piss
fun.
piss
field.
in every other word.
But that was how it was marketed. I think 250 million.
250 million. Alex, you're saying 100 million?
Yeah.
Let's try 33 million.
Woof. I wonder if we'll see a Borderlands 2 movie.
It barely made the marketing budget back.
Oh my
Woof.
god.
That's
It
bad.
made
Well,
like,
it's okay,
it made
'cause
like
Kevin Hart
18% of its budget.
Kevin Hart famously doesn't take payment for his movie. He takes percentage of future revenue. So at least Kevin Hart
Kevin
didn't
Hart's
get paid a lot
broke.
of money for this.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. You've got to wonder how much of that budget was for the cast.
Well, that's it. You got people like Kate Blanchett and Jamie Lee Curtis and Jack Black and Kevin Hart. Oh, it's
Yeah.
dumb. What could be done to make this film more faithful to the games
It should just be a compilation of Randy Pitchford punching people in the face
and leaving questionable
for
porn
saying-
on a USB stick,
for saying that they don't want to be part of this film.
and for questioning that if Gearbox is going to be sold at some point? He's a dickhead. Right, our question that we normally end these things on: who is Christopher Walken going to be cast as?
Everyone.
I would say Claptrap.
I think everyone.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a vault. Oh, a vault hunter. I'm not a vault hunter.
I'm not a vault hunter.
Christopher Walken as Krieg just, mm.
I put this vault key in my ass.
Oh, God. There you go.
Good. All right. Well, that's Borderlands, gang. Are we recommending it? Yay, nay?
I
No.
recommend it heartily if you absolutely hate yourself.
Yeah.
So,
Like I love terrible cinema. It's one of my favorite things about cinema. It's like reveling in something that's genuinely awful to the point that it's fun. This is genuinely awful, but it doesn't horse you around to the point of fun. It just stops at awful.
This is a movie where if you've invited a Tinder date to your house and it's not going well, but you're a bit too awkward to ask them to leave, just put this film on. They will go in 20 minutes or less.
They'll go into a coma first, and then and then
Chuck
you can
'em
get, like, a
outside.
taxi home or something.
yeah, so if you want to end an awkward situation at your place of residence, just play the Borderlands movie because people will leave.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. That was CutScenes for this week. We all hated it. Alex, what's next on CutScenes, though?
Oh, shit. Is it me?
It is you.
Why did I close the document?
It's Splinter Cell.
We're going to watch Splinter Cell Death Watch.
Is that a movie or a series or what?
It's a series. It's a short series, I think. I did look this up before I put it on, but I think
Doesn't
it's
sound
eight-
like it, but
I think it's an animated series and it is 8
Oh.
episodes.
cartoon. Do I have to
Joey
watch the
loves
whole
Yeah,
it.
but
thing?
it's Splinter Cell.
Do I have to watch the whole thing?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Good. Good.
Good.
All right. Well, we'll see everyone next time. Before we sign off, any last messages, guys?
I'm programmed to go into a coma now.
I'm programmed to forget this movie immediately.
If
I
you
watched
want
it
to
4 hours ago and I don't remember a lot of the details.
If you want to experience Borderlands, go play the games. Borderlands 1 is always on Steam sales for about $5. That is going to be a more enjoyable experience than watching this tripe.
Although if you ask
Yeah.
me, you shouldn't experience Borderlands anyway. Don't give Gearbox
Well, Tim,
money.
you're
Thank you.
you're just biased because Randy Pitchford didn't answer your fan mail.
He's stopped responding to my
He
letters.
left all those photos of Tim on a USB stick just lying about.
Yeah, it's a very annoying week to settle out to go get rid of my phone calls and emails. All right, thanks for listening, gang. We'll
Bye.
see you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Joey got the popcorn ready. Alex got the notes in hand. Tim's got puns that fly like confetti. They're your go-to movie band. Video game movie club. Laugh until the credits roll. Joey Alex, Tim will dub. Scenes that make you lose control.